Good morning to you. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. It's time for Monday Mutter, and I'm on Bertie. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll stop halfway and I'll show you something. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Hope you had a great weekend. I mean, it's been glorious weather in terms of sunshine, but temperature wise it's been a bit cold, hasn't it? Roads have been treacherous. Yeah, but anyway, let's crack on with some photos. Yeah, and Silver Fox, yeah, he's been out and to Keithley Turn. Yeah, he sent us a picture of the silver cub. Yeah, crikey, can't see, my eyes are watering and that sun's just blinding me, but that's a marvellous picture, isn't it? Yeah. Also got a photo from Ian Hughes. Yeah. Oh, still looks very icy everywhere. So I'll go steady, Bertie. You're not used to being ridden, are you, for a while? So yeah, Ian Hughes sent us a picture, having me mentioned that I think this year is going to be a naughty year, and all the naughty bikes people have been sending pictures of. Well, he sent us a picture of his CBR 600. Yeah, look at that, marvellous naughty boy bike. Ian, naughty boy. Well, we know he's a naughty boy. He's a naughty boy when he rides that Interceptor of his. Yeah. Also, BP. Yeah. The bike he thought was going to be his last bike, give up 7 years ago. CBF 600. Marvellous picture, BP. He also said in his email about he thought it was going to be his last bike till he met JD, and JD persuaded him to buy that Meteor that he's got, that marvellous red Meteor. Yeah. But he also sent us a picture of his mate Rachel, who we used to ride a lot with her husband Phil. Yeah, and her, what was it? Was that a CBR? I think that was a CBR as well. Yeah, all these naughty people doing naughty rides. Yeah, marvellous pictures. And I hope Rachel gets to see that you've sent this picture. Otherwise it'll be a shock to her, won't it? Yeah, marvellous. Also got a picture. I'm gonna have to stop and wipe my eyes. Yeah, sorry about this. Oh, that's better. Can see where I'm going. I've put my visor down as well. It is misting up, but there you go. Anyway, also got a picture from sorry, let me just get round here, negotiating ice, trying to avoid it and all. From TG, who has joined our club, the Gold Line Club. Yeah, sent us a picture of his Gold Line. Yeah, called Billy. Yeah, as in Billy Holiday. Yeah, marvellous. Oh, we're going to have a pop group soon, aren't we, of Gold Lines? That'll be marvellous. And that's a marvellous photo of a marvellous bike. Yeah, excellent. HS also sent us a picture. He mentioned in a comment about a black W800 Roadster that had gold lines, gold wheels on. I've got gold line on the brain. Anyway, he said, I said I haven't seen one, so he sent us a picture. And it does look marvellous, doesn't it? A black W800 Roadster with gold wheels. Oh, that's marvellous, isn't it? who else? IT, yeah. He sent us some pictures. He's been out and about. He's just about to get under 500 soon. He's going to take it. He was going to ride it. He's going to take it by trailer now. 3-hour journey to have the power commander and everything fitted, which is marvellous. Can't wait to see how that goes. But he sent us some pictures of he saw this, there's a memorial, and it's where a flight took place. Richard Pierce, yeah, and it actually happened. Powered flight in a plane or an aircraft heavier than air. The first heavier than air pilot, British, yeah, Richard Pierce, before the Wright brothers. But there's been hell and all arguments about it. But the Wright brothers got the fame, didn't they? So that's marvellous. He also said while he was there, he noticed a yacht coming in, and he thought, oh, Mr. and Mrs. Tame have come to see him on a bike tour. Look at that yacht. Yeah, I wish. That'd be marvellous, wouldn't it? I think that's a cruise ship. But whatever it is, it's marvellous. And so thank you very much for those pictures and taking the trouble to email. Crikey, can't see a damn thing. Marvellous. Anyway, videos, I've seen all sorts of videos, but do you know what? I'm not going to go on about videos, and I'll tell you why. Because I want to talk about Bertie. Yeah, that's what I want to do. The Royal Enfield Classic 500. And the reason is, as you know, I've been doing a series of videos not comparing bikes that perhaps other people might compare to the BSA Gold Star, and of course I haven't compared any of them, primarily because they are all twins, yeah, in one guise or another, different degrees of crank, the Guzzi obviously transverse, and you know, perhaps Wendy is the closest, has more DNA of the BSA in her, but it doesn't matter. As I tried to allude to, this wasn't about saying the BSA were rubbish. No, quite the opposite really. It was about telling you how different it is, and how a lot of the comments that have come out maybe aren't really justified. I don't care whether BSA aim to make it like the Gold Star or not. It is a marvellous bike. I like it. Yes, there are questions over dealerships and warranty and all that lot, and bikes not turning up yet, but I think they will, and I think the dealership will spread. I hope it will, and I hope it all works out just fine. But as I say, I'm on Bertie, and I'm going to go this way today. Yeah, marvellous. Because I'm going to stop, and you're going to have a look at Bertie. Oh, we head straight into that sun. Marvellous. And of course Bertie is a 500 single. It's the only single I've ridden to compare to the BSA. We'll get down here. Hopefully this isn't frozen. Go on, Bertie. And so, you know, Bertie is the natural competitor, except they don't make them anymore. But they might do, and if they do, that'll be very interesting, won't it? I mean, people have mentioned about maybe sorry, I'll get my visor up because it's got dirty again. I can't see nothing because of that sun. Yeah. And until they do that, there is nothing to compare it to the BSA except for Bertie. And as you know, Bertie has a special place in my heart, and it's perhaps, I'll get to that after we've done a little walk around, because I've got to show you Bertie again, haven't I? It wouldn't be right if I didn't. I mean, we know what he sounds like, so let's just have a pull over here and we'll do a little walk around. Yeah, Sky Flight winter training, marvellous. So there you go. So let me just get him off, and I think I'll switch cameras. I've got my other camera in my pocket, so I'll be alright. Off you go, Bertie. You can shut your chatter up. So you can remember what Bertie used to look like, and all the questions about 1 seat, 2 seats. Well, look what I've gone and done. Yeah, marvellous, eh? What do you think? Yeah, I'll get the other camera out and show you. Right, here we are, Bertie, Royal Enfield Classic 500. Yeah, obviously you know him. Marvellous, single disc up front, 500cc, single exhaust, obviously. One of the later models. Yeah, he's obviously got ABS, but that's about it. He's got no back seat now though. Look at that. Now the rack, yeah, I'll put the rack on. That was given to me by TC, Top Cat, yeah. That's marvellous of him, isn't it? Excellent, and I think he looks splendid without the back seat on. And I never knew. It says RE there, look. Yeah, marvellous. Look at that. And then get onto the bags and the racks for the bags. They're marvellous, aren't they? Look at that. I can carry all sorts of shit. Oh, stuff, should I say. Yeah, I can carry all sorts of stuff in them. I got those from Gary Mack. Do you remember? I went up to Gary Mack's marvellous place. Yeah, where he's got Elvis cut out, and his Harley and his GT 535. So that's where the bags came from. You'll also notice, you might notice, yeah, Hagen shocks. Now, where do you think the Hagen shocks came from? Yeah, I'll tell you, Australia. Yeah, my mate Tim Stockdale, he sent them. Oh, that's marvellous, isn't it? Oh, how generous have people been for Bertie? Yeah, and there he is in the flesh, with his bags on, his shocks on and his rack on, and no back seat, no Mrs. Tame. When I showed her the photograph of him, she didn't look impressed. I might be in trouble, but we'll have to wait and see. So there we go. I mean, I'll get back on and I'll have a little mutter about comparing him to the BSA, I think. Yeah, let's get going. Right, I mean, look at this. What can I say? Mickey Mouse mirrors, round clock, everything. Oh, listen to that. Oh, it's just marvellous, isn't it? So, I hope you approve of the bags and the rack and the single seat now. Let's get this way. So, the BSA, yeah, I've compared all the bikes. Do I want to get rid of my T100 for the BSA? No, I don't. And that doesn't say anything about either bikes. It doesn't, it really doesn't. Do I want to get rid of Wendy for the BSA? No, I don't, because I love Wendy. She's a marvellous bike, and like I say, she's probably got more DNA from BSA than the new BSA. Yeah, but that again, that doesn't mean nothing about the BSA, or the new BSA, should I say. So that leaves Bertie. Am I going to get rid of Bertie? No, crazy. That's crazy thoughts. I love Bertie, and the feeling I get from Bertie is marvellous. it just fills me full of joy. It's therapy, and I've missed riding him like mad. Yeah, I have. Let's get down here. Pump. And so then that leaves you thinking, well, the BSA, it can't be that good, but it is. And I tell you why. Because it's the closest thing that I've ridden to Bertie. Yeah, it's a single cylinder, and I think what I've discovered from my thoughts and my thinking is that's what I like about it. That Rotax engine, people have said all sorts, yeah, it's rubbish, it'll break and all that. I think it's extremely understressed to prevent it from breaking. I think you could possibly tune it if you wanted to. I don't want to. So it will remain understressed, and it will have the baffle out, and I would like to make it into a calf racer. The only problem I have with getting it is getting Mrs. Tame to agree. Yeah, and that is my main battleground. Yeah, and well done, Bertie. So we'll go down and have a word with the giraffe and see what he thinks. Yeah, that'd be marvellous, won't it? Yeah, no, Bertie, you know, he's got a lot less power than the BSA, but you know, for cruising around the back roads, the therapy he brings, what I'm hoping is that the BSA will do that as well. If I were to get one, would it develop into a full-blown relationship? Because Royal Enfield have something special with all their bikes. The Super Meteor, I'm not so sure about, and I haven't ridden the Hunter, so I can't really say, can I? And until I do, this is where my head is at. Yeah, the Super Meteor, I've got to also be honest, doesn't quite float my boat. I'm very impressed with the quality and the finish on it, for certain. Yeah, but I've got some questions about it. I have. For a start, it's about 240 odd kilos, and it's still only got a single disc at front. Yeah, that doesn't make no sense to me, all that extra weight. Yeah, and it's going to have some sort of effect on performance. And they say, well, it's a cruiser. Well, so is the Meteor 350, and a lot of the people, a lot of the success of the Meteor that I know is from people like my mate Dave, who like the seat height and the weight, and there's a lot of people, females and males, who like the lightweight. Yeah, it's light and easy to manoeuvre. How are they going to feel about moving that lump about? And it is a lump. I'm not sure that in this country, I mean around the world it's a different kettle of fish, but in this country I'm not totally convinced it's going to be the success that it is. Oh damn, I forgot about this. Let me sneak up here. There we go. And let me just hear, and I'll stop here. Well then, giraffe. Oh no, traffic driving you mad. Yeah, right, I've got a question. The BSA, what do you think? You've seen all my videos. Is it right that I should have one? Yeah, I know it's a no-brainer, but there you go. I've got to ask the question. People will say, what does the giraffe think? And what do you think about Bertie with his bags on and his rack? He says, oh, that's right, you're right, I'm going to get off before I get into more trouble. I've just got to wait for this Tesla. Yeah, off you go. If he had an engine, I'd have heard him. Yeah, I'll tell him. Yeah, he says, taking the back seat off Bertie was a mistake if I want a BSA. and I think he might be right. I think he might be right, but there's method in my madness, you see. What I'm hoping is, maybe, just maybe, Mrs. Tame will like the BSA because it has got a seat on the back. Yeah, do you see where I've gone with that? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, this is just a mutter, and I've sacrificed telling you all about the marvellous videos I've watched, and there have been some marvellous videos out there to do it, but I had to get it out there because I just wanted to get Bertie going again, and he is the obvious competitor for the BSA. But for me, I love all my bikes, and the BSA won't replace them. It would be an addition to. And I know what everyone's going to say, what about the Interceptor, what about the Continental? And you're right, but it's so long since I've ridden them. And Paddington, of course. It's, you see the trouble I'm in. But we'll wait and see. 2023, I think it's going to be a naughty year. Look at that marvellous dog. Excellent. Anyway, I'll say ta-ta. I'm going to go a different route, I think, actually. So go on, Bertie. Doesn't he sound marvellous? Yeah. And the BSA, that's what I've got to do. No, what am I going to do? Yeah, the senses. I'm not going to taste even Bertie. Looks absolutely marvellous. Sound. Bertie has it all the way, doesn't he? Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I've got to go disappear up here now because I've come the wrong way. Have a great week. It'll soon be Friday. Yeah, and it's going to start warming up. Ta-ta.